Hello, in this video, we're going to discuss how to become a registered investment advisor in the United States. My name is Michael Rasmussen. I'm the founder of United Atlantic Legal Services. We're a law firm dedicated exclusively to investment advisors. We focus on investment advisor registration and acquisition due diligence. This is my YouTube series, Last Week, This Week in RIA Compliance, where we discuss a variety of legal topics impacting investment advisors. If you like these topics, if you like the content, please do hit subscribe button. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about how to register as an investment advisor in the United States. It's actually a fairly complicated process for a lot of different firms. For smaller firms and firms that are really narrowly focused, the process can be quite smooth. At United Atlantic Legal Services, we've broken the process down into kind of 5 general steps. The first one is understanding your business. The second one is forming your business. That's the creation of the legal entity that will be in your investment advisor firm. The third step is drafting your disclosure documents and your client agreements. The fourth step is the registration application. And then finally, the fifth step we have is creating your compliance program for you. Those are the policies and procedures the regulators want to see in place to make sure that you stay in compliance. So let's start with step one here, and that's really getting to understand your business. Each time we meet with a new client who's looking to register as an investment advisor in the United States, we sit down and have a deep dive with them about their goals and objectives for their firm. What problem are they trying to solve in the financial services space? We have advisors coming to us who say, I think this type of client is underserved and this is why. Or they say, we have a special way of approaching our portfolio management, for example, and this is what makes us unique and special. We have advisors come to us and individuals that say, yes, I want to launch investment advisor firm. And we ask them, can you talk to us? Can you explain clearly and simply your business? And they're not able to. And we really try to send those clients back to the drawing board so they have to spend the time to consolidate their thoughts and really get focused. One of the biggest issues we see with our investment advisor clients is once they're registered, they realize that the way that they were registered, the information that they've provided regulators isn't necessarily the business that they really want to run. And they're really having to recreate the wheel over and over and over again. So having a foundational business plan that is really clear, is focused on the types of clients you want to serve, the products or services that you're going to provide to those clients, how you're going to internally manage those client assets, what the processes look like, what the third-party vendors you're going to be relying on and so forth. If they have those things hammered out in the months it takes to register as an investment advisor, it makes the post-launch process so much smoother. And we really spend a lot of time helping our clients understand that they need to have a concrete business plan. Of course, things change all the time. If advisors come to us and they can't explain these things and they don't really have a direction, like I said, send them back to the drawing board. So once we've sat down and we've gone through that process of really understanding our clients' objectives, we move into the actual formation of the entity that will be the investment advisor firm. Individuals are able to act in their individual capacity as investment advisors. However, this is not suggested, of course, for liability issues, for example. And there's a number of reasons. But when we're creating an entity that will act as the investment advisor, we typically suggest that they work as a limited liability company. Those are typically more flexible for smaller firms, for example. But what we really do is we sit down and talk through that business plan and we flush that out into what's called an operating agreement. And that's the governing document that tells the owners of the investment advisory firm how they will interact with each other. This is an incredibly important document, especially for firms that have multiple owners. How are owners added, for example, if somebody comes and wants to put a capital contribution in, become a partner or an owner of your firm, is that permissible? Does everybody have to vote on it? If so, what is the percentage of owners that has to approve the inclusion of a new owner, for example? On the other hand, how can owners get their money back out? Can they force a sale back to the entity, for example? How are disputes handled? And on and on and on. This is a foundational document, and it really forces our clients to again, go back to that business plan and consider how they want to put that into actual action. And that's what the operating agreement helps us do. The next step, we spend time drafting what are called a disclosure brochure. This is a document that is required by regulators, and it's a document we deliver to clients. So the ultimate investment advisor client gets this document, and the document describes the business of the firm again. So the types of clients that they offer services to, and what those services really look like, amongst a number of other disclosures that need to be made in there. And really, the purpose of this disclosure document is to make sure that clients, before they give you their assets, their hard-earned money for management, that they understand who they're giving their money to, right? In addition, it allows them to compare investment advisors one against another. So you have to disclose the fees that you're going to be offering in conjunction with those services. And theoretically, a client could take your document and go down the street and compare it to the investment advisor next door and make a decision that is best for them. Hand in hand, we draft client agreements. These are legally binding agreements between the investment advisor firm and their ultimate client. The information that's disclosed in there needs to match up again with your ADV disclosure brochure that we just talked about. So there's a process where we do checks and balances to make sure the information that we're talking about in the client agreement matches up with the disclosure brochure. So once we put all these documents together, we move on to step 4, which is the actual registration application. This is where I work directly with a regulator saying that this firm has all their documents and ducks in a row and they're ready to go as an investment advisor in the United States. And there's not any compelling reason why they should not be allowed to do so. The discussion can often go back and forth. Different regulators, state regulators, may look at different documents than the Securities and Exchange Commission, for example. And we really interface with them to make that process as smooth as possible. Most regulators have a window following the application submission. And during that window, they're reviewing the documents we've submitted to them. But we're still working hard for our investment advisor clients during that time. And the last piece of this puzzle is to draft the policies and procedures that ensure that your firm, the investment advisor firm, stays in compliance with the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 and other related rules and regulations. So you're going to want to have a cybersecurity policy. You're going to want to have a privacy policy. This is a document that discusses with clients how you protect their sensitive information. You're going to want to have a business continuity plan. And again, all of these documents really are the foundational documents of what your compliance program looks like as a whole. We work directly with the owners of the firm to make sure that everybody understands the requirements under the compliance policies and procedures. And we work heavily with the chief compliance officer of your firm to make sure that he or she understands what their obligations are and how they can actually affect the compliance program. So there you have it. Those are the kind of 5 basic steps to getting an investment advisor firm registered. Again, we're talking about understanding your business, doing a deep dive there. That's step 1. We form your business. That's the creation of the legal entity and the operating agreement. That's step 2. Then we create your disclosure documents and your client agreements. Step 3. Step 4, we go into the regulators and we actually submit your application process. And then finally is step 5, where we create your policies and procedures. And after that, hopefully you're launched and you are ready to go. So again, my name is Michael Rasmussen. This is my YouTube channel. I'm the founder of United Atlantic Legal Services. Again, we focus exclusively on investment advisors. Please do subscribe to our channel if you found this information useful, and we look forward to having you visit us again soon.